From here to eternity, how to expertly navigate the treacherous post-launch waters. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I am Director of Marketing at IdeaPros. And I have two awesome guests with us today that I'm going to pull in here with me. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. So we have Matt Brent from IdeaPros' Chief Operating Officer, and then Carmen Mirabella, and you are with the IdeaPros Fulfillment Solution, but I'm actually going to let Matt introduce you and talk a little bit more about what value you bring to our team.
Great.
Thank you, Tessa. Hi, everyone. Introducing Carmen will certainly be a pleasure. For me, we have worked together, or we've known each other for 10 years as Carmen was expanding his business from the East Coast to the West Coast. And although we were technically competitors, we worked together to help each other out, And so I got a chance to really understand Carmen, his business, his approach to business and people, and the simple fact that he has continued to grow demonstrates that he does a lot of things right. And so what's important to us in working, and forgive me, I'm home dealing with a sinus issue, so thanks for the understanding. But why we chose Carmen is really about finding partners and strategic partners that mirror our approach to business and to people. And one of the things that Carmen and his company Folex has done very well and has deep experience with is really helping startups. Working with a startup organization is a bit different than a mature company, and so having that expertise, ease of use, and partnership in your journey is very helpful, and so that was important to us. And so it's a pleasure to introduce Carmen Mirabella, Folex, and he's going to cover some best practices, some tips that will help you, and it'll be a great benefit. So thank you. And Carmen?
Yeah, Matt, Tessa, thank you so much for inviting me here today, and look forward to explaining exactly what is fulfillment. It's a word that probably has been around for maybe 15, 16 years, order fulfillment, e-commerce fulfillment. But when I say it to my family members, they still don't know what it means. So we'll start there. And so, yeah, e-commerce fulfillment, order fulfillment centers, what we do is we're going to warehouse all those goods for you. So if you're an inventor, if you're a manufacturer, if you're a reseller, and you're importing from overseas or manufacturing domestically, you want to find a partner to help you with the back end of the sales and marketing, which would be all the logistics, the technology of connecting to all the omni-channel partners. And so that's kind of what we do. We've been doing this for, I think it's going on 17 years. We focus mostly on e-commerce and drop shipping. However, we do a lot of retail distribution. And so we're kind of experts in both of them. We have 3 warehouses across the United States, one in Michigan, Tennessee, and California. And with those, we're hitting about 99% of the population in 2 days ground, which is we call the Amazon way. So, that's a good tool to have. We cater to small to medium-sized businesses. So we give you the kind of same tools that the bigger guys have, and it kind of levels the playing field. And so, yeah, we're like our shirt says, fulfillment experts. We're experts in what we do, and so we're here to help you guys.
Wonderful. So I'm just going to jump in real quick, Matt, to let everyone know that's here. Obviously, you know that if you hashtag live, then we can see you. And if you have questions throughout, add them to the chat so that we can get questions answered. Maybe by the end, I know we had some really big picture questions that we wanted to ask you. But one of the biggest ones is when you look for a fulfillment company. So a lot of our partners and potential, people with potential ideas are probably wondering if that's something that they need to do right away, or tell us when we would start looking for a fulfillment company.
Yeah, well, I would say that, you probably want to bring it into your garage first. If you're just getting your product in, you're still testing it out, how the shipping works, how to package it. bring it into your garage, ship to your family members, ship to your angel investors, and just get to find out what the ins and outs of shipping that product. You might ship it out and realize, oh, we're going to need special packaging so it doesn't break, or so if it's electronic piece, it doesn't shift in transit. How to figure out what ship method's the best, putting your brand and your marketing on your packaging. So, I think it's best, you're just starting out, first few months, put it in the garage, put it in the house, get the family members together and see what the ins and outs of your product is. And then once you need to start focusing on marketing and sales, then you want to find a partner who can handle when you need to expand and grow, and being able to have multiple warehouses to handle all the back end stuff. That's kind of when you want to start to outsource it.
Makes sense to me. So Matt, I'm going to let you talk. I know I keep popping in, so I'm not going to override you.
Carmen, one of the things that we talk about is there's so much focus on bringing an idea, whether it be a product or an app, to the point where it's ready to launch. And that's really what we would say is the starting line. And so there's some, there's a great feeling in getting it ready. And now, you kind of have to manage and be introduced to all the logistics. And so one of the things that we hear a lot of, that I know you've dealt with, is people that have been fulfilling out of the garage, and then they realize how much time they're spending and what that function is taking away from in terms of focus and on the business, growing the business versus being in the business. And so is there any kind of gauge at what point, number of orders or anything like that you can give to the people watching this, indicators when it might make sense to engage somebody like yourself?
Yeah, I think you're going to kind of know on your own when the product starts to take off and you start to get, you're getting 1, 2, 3 orders every day. You're running to that post office. You can feel when it's starting to get some momentum going. If you put it online, you're getting 0 sales, no sense in signing up a fulfillment company right away. You're getting 1 sale every month, probably not ready yet. Your A/B testing needs to be fixed and changed. And so once you start getting that onesie twosie every day, then you want to start calling up an expert and taking it to the next level, because we're going to be able to give you the scales economy as well as lower your shipping cost and getting it to your customer faster. So that all comes, as soon as you know it's working and you can start to push on the gas pedal on your marketing, that's when you get it out. The setup process is pretty quick, usually within 2 weeks from the initial getting you set up in the system to getting your product in the warehouse. We're ready to start shipping. So it's not too daunting of a task to switch from your garage to a fulfillment center.
Thank you. Hey, could you share a little bit about Amazon? And I know that you work with Amazon in a variety of different ways, but maybe just a general sense of the importance in today's world of people selling on Amazon, the different ways that you can engage with Amazon.
Yeah, so my theory is Amazon should be a piece of your business, but it shouldn't be all your business. And so if you're going to be building a product, you're going to be building a brand. Amazon is not a brand builder for you, right? They're going to show other products that are similar to yours. And so, it starts there. It starts off, use it as a tool to help build your brand, offer some bigger items on there, and your smaller, maybe items you keep on your website to point people back to your website to have that loyalty and that brand building. And so, but when you're shipping with Amazon, they do have a couple different options. I'm going to get in the weeds a little bit here, but
sure.
You have 3 pieces with Amazon. You have one which is called Fulfillment by Amazon. So that means you're shipping your product to Amazon. They're going to store it. They're going to ship it. They're going to take the commission. They're going to charge you a processing fee. They have been more selective these days because of their capacity issue and what they take in. So that's one way, and that's one of the first things we recommend doing is if you can get in the FBA, let them control it. They're going to get you the buy button a little bit easier. If you got some other bigger products, maybe oversized, sometimes it makes sense to use what's called seller Amazon fulfillment by merchant, meaning you or me can ship those items for you. And that still has a commission through Amazon. However, it doesn't have any fulfillment fees. and it gives you more control of your brand. You can use branded boxes, branded tissue paper. You control the experience your customer sees. I think that is a better experience once you get rolling and the brand is out there to kind of control that. And the last thing.
What was that acronym that you said? It was FMA?
Yeah. Fulfillment by merchant. So that means the merchant processing.
Gotcha. I'm just taking notes for you. So I know it helps to kind of take notes while you're doing this. So.
And then the last one's called Seller Fulfilled Prime. That is a new thing they offered a few years ago where you get the Prime membership, but you can fulfill the order yourself. There's some pros and cons with that. Make sure you have to get everything out on time. Amazon will ding you or shut your account down if you're missing that 2-day delivery window. But it's another way to control your own brand and keep it in house and make sure you're keeping your customers with you, not Amazon.
And so a lot of our partners might be starting with one SKU, one item. What type of, if you can, what type of strategies do companies with multiple SKUs or items take in terms of balancing out the fulfillment by Amazon, the cost of that versus trying to get people back to their website and not necessarily Amazon, so that they're getting more visibility and they're lowering their costs in terms of cutting out the commissions and that sort of thing.
Yeah, let's take, for example, you have a bigger main item, maybe it's a bicycle, and then you have all the accessories that go with that bicycle. Amazon's probably gonna be pretty good at shipping that bicycle out due to their savings in shipping. But all your accessories might have a lower price point, which gives you a lower margin, where Amazon doesn't care what your margin is, they're getting their commission. So those items might make sense on your website. So you've got one main item at Amazon, got a basket, you got a bell, you carry it in your own warehouse, and then you're giving that brand to your customer. So there's a whole bunch of things and different techniques you can do with working with Amazon, where if you're kitting or bundling, different things you can offer to the customers on Amazon versus your website, or vice versa. Put the bundling on your website, keep the simple stuff on Amazon. Those are things that we've seen over the 17 years that we can kind of help guide the customer. It depends on brand, or it depends on the product type that we do different things.
Great. And Tessa, I don't know if there's any questions from the audience, but we can certainly, if there are, let Carmen address those. If not, we'll continue to kind of talk, and just based on my experience and having a fulfillment logistics transportation company.
We have some really good questions, but they're slightly different. They're not really on just fulfillment. So I know, Dean, I see you over there. I think we'll get you an answer that's more specific to you. So if you do have any questions, though, put it in the chat. I had a question, though, is there any limitation? Does Amazon want to dominate a product in particular? As far as you're not supposed to have it in multiple places. I've had a lot of people tell me I am not supposed to. I signed a contract that says I'm not going to put this in on my websites. Does anybody, do you know about that?
I don't know. When you're doing FBA and you're doing merchant fulfill, you own your product.
Right.
Do what you can. Price points matter. Map pricing. Sometimes they don't want you to put lower pricing if you're going to sell it.
That might be it.
There is a thing called a vendor central, where it's Amazon buys the product off of you, and they handle it, they sell it, they market it. That's where they might control who you sell it to. They might have an exclusive where you only sell it to them for the first year online or something like that.
Got it. So know your paperwork. Know what you're signing before you guys do it. Yeah. So, and as far as what you guys do, I know is there a certain number of items that you work with? Like, you want to have people that have a certain amount of merchandise, minimum numbers?
No, I mean, we're really here to help the customers, and everybody has a different type of product they do. I mean, if you think about the apparel industry, we got sizes, we got colors, we got dresses and shirts and shoes. So the SKU run can be as simple as 1. It could be up to 400, even higher, 800. Tools get into a deeper SKU run. So the number one thing you want to think of is to make sure that your Amazon, everybody requires barcodes these days. Sometimes it's not a first instinct for you to put a barcode on your product, but that is something you're going to want to use as you start to work with your manufacturer to have them put that barcode on the product and on the master carton. We're getting, everything used to be you could do it hand pick and you check it off on the packing slip. It's now all scanning barcodes and QR codes and making sure that you're shipping 100% accurate. So that would be the thing you want to start off first.
Got it. And I think knowing what things go into your shipping, you mentioned this in the beginning, but really getting a feel for what it's going to take to ship your product. And one of the things that we had kind of in the backstory is about packaging and understanding what you're going to package, or that you have to actually think about how you're going to package these products. So can you talk a little bit about that before we take off today?
Yeah. I mean, packaging is a couple of things, right? One is going to be, and it should be before you go to manufacturing, because packaging makes a difference in the shipping world because of the dimensional weight. So,
oh, sorry, it cut out on you for a little bit of the audio. It makes dimensional weight.
Yeah. So the carriers will charge you dimensional weight if your box is too big. And so if you can manufacture a smaller box, then you can save your customer and yourself on the shipping costs. So that's where the packaging starts. So then secondly, you want to talk about protecting the product, making sure it passes a drop test so that when it's in the conveyor systems at the carriers that, you're not going to fall off a 3-foot drop and you're going to lose your product. And now you got to repackage everything. And then the last thing is the branding, right? Everything is subscription box, everything special branding on your doorstep, having your manufacturing come up with a nice, slick, shippable box branding. If not, your fulfillment company can help you with it. But those are 3 important things that sometimes get missed when it's a startup, and it will save you tons of money if you think about that ahead of time.
Which we want to always be thinking with the end in mind, which is, getting those products sold and on the doorstep of our customer. And of course, how they're going to, that experience is, you can really make a big difference when you have a fulfillment company that can ship 2 days to just about anywhere in the US. Is that what I heard you say?
That's correct. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody expects it. I expect it. Everybody expects it. And, it's coming down to, well, it's going to be one day. So we got to get to where we get our packages the next day.
And the drones are coming in to deliver them, right? So thank you so much. I don't think we have any questions on this. And Dean, don't worry. He was saying he was off topic. You are perfect. You are in the spot where we can give you as much information as we possibly can for all entrepreneurs who have products or apps that are going to market. So you're in the right place. And I'm going to actually take you guys out and say thank you so much for being here, of course. And then I'm going to kind of address some of the people over in the chat. And thank you. I really, really appreciate all your information and giving us kind of a plan of attack. I know a lot of these partners are really close and these things keep them up at night. How am I going to ship my product? So you've just alleviated a lot of stress for some of our partners and for the potential entrepreneurs that we have out there. Carmen, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. All
right. We'll have you on again when we dive into more of these topics for sure. Thank you, Matt, for coming on as well.
Of course.
All right. Well, you get better. And so thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and take this over. So I know I see you guys over there and I'm so excited. You're here every single Friday at noon Pacific time. If you are new to watching us, feel free to click to get notifications. Should be somewhere around the bottom down there. We love to see you every single Friday. But if you want to get notifications just so you can go from your phone or from wherever you are, YouTube is really nice. Actually, Facebook is now letting you do in feed, which is so awesome. You can actually pull up on the video and it will stay and you can browse around and do whatever you guys want to do while watching us. So check that out. But I thank you so much. I'm going to mention a couple of our partners right now. Thank you, Donna, Corey, Kelly, Odin, Robert, Ken over there with Crash Pad, Sean with Sage. We're getting your landing page ready soon. Sherry, hello. Bill with Goliath Sports Chair. So it's the high-rise sports chair. I'm going to put a little information about that up. He is actually pre-ordering. He's going through this very process right now because he has an amazing chair. I will see if I can put it up on the screen before we have to run. Katie over there, Stephanie, Michael, Paul, great to see you, Stephanie, Timbo. I know I saw Eclipse on here as well. and Aziza, thank you guys. Jason, great to see you. And every single week, if you guys have any questions that you want us to actually answer for you, go ahead and put that in the chat, and we will get we'll answer your questions as best we can, or you can fill out the question and answer form, which is also in the post, so that we can get these topics covered for you, because we try to cover everything from idea concept all the way through to actually getting the product on the doorstep, like we talked about today. That could be all of the licensing, patenting, all of those steps. They're in our shows. If you have missed any of our shows, go back to our Facebook channel and check it out. We also have blogs on our website, go into more detail. So that's IdeaPros.com/blog. And we'll see you guys all next week. Thank you so much, guys. Have a blessed